Okay, here's a video on how I've got my Reolink camera system set up. There are the 4 cameras from Reolink. They are Wi-Fi, which means you don't have to hook an Ethernet cable to them directly. They transmit the video all night to our NVR system via our router. They are powered via power cord. You can see the extension cord in the back running from my outdoor power source. We have it up on the bottom of the upstairs railing or decking, so it's up and out of the way, and then back down to that power box back there. I'll get more into detail on that in just a second. We also have an IR extender, which extends the range of the IR illumination out into the yard. The cameras, I think, have 100 feet illumination range, but since my gourd racks are at 75 feet, it is the outer edge of the range, so we decided to put an illuminator on, and there'll be a picture and link to this one in my blog post below. So just have that on a set of sawhorses. Haven't really gone to the trouble to hard mount it yet. I also have my cameras mounted to a painted board so that at the end of the year, they are weatherproof and everything, but I just like to bring them in during the winter to extend their life a bit. This, my husband built a nice little board stand for them. They're screwed into those shelves. We have shelf brackets underneath to support them. And then we screw the boards into the big wooden porch post here. And at the end of the year, we just undo those 2 screws and the 2 screws up here, unplug the cameras from that box, and bring them in to store them in my basement. Here's a funny little thing that happens. See that plug there, how it's plugged? Those are bees, little potter's wasps nesting in my camera. Poor little things. Alright. And then I, of course, kind of mark the boards underneath which side of the posts they go on. And there is the other side mounted exactly the same. For the IR illuminator, I have this just mounted on the board on the sawhorse. I have the power connection in the little weatherproof box there, and the power cord for it runs up into this power box here at the bottom, which is weatherproofed. Really like these boxes because I can leave all of the wall warts that go to the cameras and to the IR illuminator. Maybe it's illuminator, I'm not sure. I can leave all of those in this box, including the connection to the extension cord, right in that box over the winter. And then, so what happens here is the cameras have these connections that go to their own cord, and those smaller connections are in here. So when I'm ready to take them down for the winter, I can just open this box by itself, unplug them from that end, and then take them inside and store them. The wall warts for all of these, so I've got 5 wall warts in here, plus the extension cord, plus a multi-plug connector in this box. It creates quite a nest of power cords and cables and everything. This stays sealed all the time. I don't have to fool with it anymore, unless of course I decide to add another camera or something. That's it. Run the power cord into your power box here. Add a multi-cord connector to the end of your extension cord. Plug all your wall warts in for everything you want to power. Close the box. And I run everything out the bottom of this just for water dripping. And then I run the cables up for the power into this box, plug the cameras in, close that box, and we're done. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, it's a tight squeeze there for all those cables going in there and out, coming in and coming out. But that's okay. It's weatherproof and I like it. So here is an inside view of my upper box. I labeled all of the connections as to which camera I was plugging in. I don't know why. I plug all of them in so it really doesn't matter. But you can see each camera has these dongles. One is for your Ethernet connection. One is for a reset button. And then the last one is the power connection from the dongle that's plugged in. I'm sorry, yeah, the wall wart that's plugged in this box. And that box. The wall wart's stored down there connected to the electrical cord. But this makes for a quick disconnect at the end of the season. When I'm done using the cameras, I just open this box, unplug the power, and all this comes out. And I take the boards down and store the cameras inside. First I have to clean out all the potter's wasp nests that they put in here. Every little hole they can find. Anyway, with 4 cameras running up here and their dongles, that's how I do it in a little box. We have 3 of the cameras zoomed in. One is zoomed in of the 3. Each one of the 3 is zoomed in on a different system. The west rack, the middle rack, and the east rack. And then I have one single camera dedicated to monitor the entire yard. So I can see what's happening on the ground as well. A little more detail on these cameras. They no longer have these on Amazon, but they do have them on the Reolink website. They have zoom capabilities. We mount them to the board with their screws that they come with. But here's what I really like. You can rotate this head and angle them up and down, left and right, whichever way you want them, and then just tighten the set screws down to hold it. And they stay like this all year. They're weatherproof, and I have not had any problems with these Reolink cameras in the 5 years I've had them. They have good antennas on them, good Wi-Fi connection, solid to the house. And you can see the IR lights there in the front. And that's my camera system. At the end of the year, I just take these down and store them in my unfinished basement.